This program was made possible in part by
Family traditions are never more important than when families gather around the dinner table to celebrate special occasions. Farm families of Mississippi share the bounty of the harvest with families throughout the state and even the nation. Chances are that your gatherings include delicious sweet corn, baked sweet potatoes, and a rich golden pecan pie. Buy Mississippi-grown products. It's good for your family and it's good for Mississippi. The Farm Families of Mississippi.
Mississippi Seafood Marketing, a division of the Department of Marine Resources. From our waters to your table. Fresh, local, healthy. Information available at dmr.ms.gov.
Well, hi, I'm Chef Rob Stinson, and this is Fit to Eat, a new series about eating healthy and living better. Mississippi is at the bottom of the national studies in health and nutrition. Diabetes, heart disease, hypertension, and obesity run rampant in our great state. Well, I'm here to demonstrate how little changes in diet can make a big difference in health. Making those changes doesn't mean you have to sacrifice flavor to get rid of fat. Taking fresh, local ingredients, I'm going to teach you to make meals that are healthy and delicious without spending a fortune. And as always, you can find my recipes with all the nutritional information on our website, mpbonline.org/fit-to-eat. Sweet potatoes are one of the healthiest vegetables around, and Vardaman, Mississippi is the sweet potato capital of the world. That's right. Today we're going to be making sweet potato strips and roasted turkey that's been smoked with mesquite chips. It is absolutely incredible. So what we're going to probably start with, they need to bake, so they may actually take a little bit more time, and that's going to be our sweet potatoes. So let's take a good look, and everybody has seen sweet potatoes. I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful, healthy vegetable, and when you look at it, the one thing I've always done, you notice I've cut these in strips. It allows them to cook a little bit quicker, and I love when they get crispy on all the edges. So how do you really cut in? Sweet potatoes are tricky because they're hard and the knife will slip. I use a serrated knife, and as I come across, you can cut that beautiful potato in half, file it into strips, and you've got these wonderful, delicious strips the way we're going to prepare them. So let's have a little fun with this. And how I'm going to do these will be on a baking pan. We're going to take and coat each of these potatoes with a little bit of our honey. And we talk about honey in a lot of different ways. Honey is an incredibly great health aspect in your diet if you take it and realize it helps against allergies. So honey, a tablespoon a day, definitely might keep you away from the doctor because it builds up local antigens against those allergies you might have. So I love to use it. We're going to take a little light spoon and literally just coat the sweet potatoes with that honey. And you want to try and get it as even as you can, as light as you can, so that they're each going to absorb and allow the cinnamon and the nutmeg that we're going to put on top to stick. So this is really a nice little treat to have along with your turkey. The way I look at it, if you're going to eat roasted smoked turkey and you know you're going to be really healthy, having something that makes you feel like you're having a beautiful dessert is the way to treat yourself. And the beauty of this, it's healthy. I mean, you got to enjoy that. We, in a restaurant that I had years ago, developed a sweet potato bread pudding that is absolutely to die for. And it was just thin layers of sweet potato that we would put in between layers of typical bread pudding mix and bake. And you know, there's really no end to the use of sweet potatoes. They can come in as a dessert. They can be a side dish. They're great at breakfast. So, you know, what a wonderful variety you can have when you're using them. And you see, they're very simply placed on the pan with that honey. And at the end, when we go to get that out, what we'll do is kind of take a spatula out from under so that they don't stick too badly. Now, nutmeg cinnamon. It's a great mixture that you use. Nutmeg should be used about 1 part to 4 parts of cinnamon. Nutmeg is a much stronger flavor. So we're going to only sprinkle a little bit of our nutmeg. And I love the combination of both. And you're going to find it's in just about every dessert recipe that uses cinnamon. You're going to use a little counterpart of nutmeg. So now we're going to take that cinnamon, and again, a little bit more cinnamon, sprinkle it on these, and have a great time when these come out, because it's almost like having a nice dessert side dish. All right? And you see, we really have used so little of it that it's not a problem. So we're going to go ahead. You're going to file me over to the oven. And I've taken the liberty of heating the oven up to 400 degrees. I'm going to turn it a hair down just so I know it's up to temperature. So right at 370 degrees, these are going to take about 10 minutes to cook. We're going to check them in 8 minutes. And I tell you what, get a nifty timer in your kitchen. If you don't have one, it makes all the difference in the world. So I always suggest to people, rather than making mistakes and not realizing how long something's cooking, definitely go ahead and get your timer working. So let's move these out the way, because we've got a fun project coming in right now. We're coming over here, and we've got this big roaster. All right, obviously you know probably what's coming. Beautiful turkey. A whole roasted turkey, and all I'm going to do is literally take that turkey and cut the breast section off the turkey. And as you pull that breast off, slice it across. And I want to show you how to make some turkey strips the way I'm going to smoke them. We're going to slide that in front. Move another cutting board up. You always want to try and keep your proteins off of the same cutting board that we're going to do vegetables. And move this roaster right back where it was. Let's go ahead and cover that up so the turkey stays nice and fresh. And you know, as good as it is, and we all know the skin is incredible, you might have that one really thin relative who can enjoy eating it, but I'm actually going to peel that skin off. And I know it makes you want to cry to say, well, you're not going to eat that? No. And let's go ahead on this side. And you know, as you get a little bit further into watching our series, you're going to realize every one of these dishes that we're preparing are on MPB online. Excuse me, .org/fit-to-eat. Again, mpbonline.org/fit-to-eat. And you'll have all the details as to how these are prepared. So we'll save that. I don't want to be mean and get rid of that because it's so delicious. Now, when you have your turkey breast, you want to look at the grain of the turkey, and all we're going to do at this point are slice what I call turkey strips. And you're going to wonder, well, what are we going to do? The recipe is actually smoked turkey strips. I'm going to show you how at home you can have a great natural smoker. You don't have to spend hardly any money to make one. You can do all this in your own kitchen. And when it's all said and done, you have a natural smoked product that has absolutely no preservatives. So what we're going to do, kind of keep these turkey pieces on the side. I want to show you where we're going on this smoker. This is the easiest thing you'll ever see. You take your foil pan, and inside there I've got a little grate that I'm going to put my turkey on. These are mesquite chips. You can use hickory, pecan, whatever you enjoy. I soak them in water so that when they get hot, they're going to smoke. And how we actually do this is place those in the end where you do not have the food. So it's a great idea, and what I want to do, I'm going to bring this over here so our camera can actually get a good view of it. You've got all of your chips right here, and now we're going to actually take the turkey and just layer these slices right on this grill. Really simple process. And we're only going to show a few because I've got some that are already done. And I mean, that literally is it. Now, you put the foil pan back over the heat. We would turn that front burner up on high under those chips. And you can immediately see, look at that, immediately see the smoke that's coming out of that pan. Because it's a foil pan, it will heat so quickly. You cover it just like so, and leave it there for exactly 6 minutes. I think anybody can do that. And the beautiful part about it is that way you end up with a natural product that's totally healthy. You've got no preservatives. You've got actual perfect flavor of the smoking that you like. And I think it's a great way to do it. So remember it, and it's so simple. And it's also so affordable. You're not going to the store to buy some expensive, smoker that you've got to take outside. When you go to take the lid off of that pan, you might want to take it outside because the smoke will envelop your kitchen. You might have the fire department come in and everything else. So we're not going to actually fully smoke this product here today. I just happen to have another smoker that we can use that's got the turkey already finished, and it really made it much easier by doing it that way. So let's go ahead and kind of peek at what the finished product looks like. When you take this out, and again, remember, when you go to open this, if you have it full of smoke, open it away from you like this. And inside, you'll see, you've got your chips that will have burned on this side, and your turkey slices should have that light golden brown that you see in front of me. And I tell you what, that's incredible. That's exactly what you're looking for. And then you just literally take those turkey strips, move them onto your plate. And I take these, I'll put them into a resealable freezer bag. You can freeze it. You can keep it in the refrigerator. When I do a whole turkey like you just saw, I'll do the whole turkey, some of it smoked, some of it not, and I bag it accordingly so that I've actually got it for portions, because my children love when I make our own homemade turkey stock, brown rice, and this smoked turkey. Totally healthy for the kids, and it's almost like eating a natural chicken soup, but I like turkey. So remember, it's got so much versatility as to what you can do with it, and that's the part that really makes it kind of fun. So I'm going to get all of these out of here, move this smoker down below, and have a little bit of fun knowing that we are actually using the finished product, and I'm going to put it right here just so you can see. Basically exactly the same thing. Now, what do we have here? We've got about 5 ounces of turkey. Remember, we're eating a totally balanced meal. And I'm trying to work with everybody out there when you watch these recipes to really balance in a lot of different flavors so that you don't have that. And anytime you have questions about what was he was doing on TV, go to mpbonline.org/fit-to-eat, and you've got the recipe right there. So anytime you have any kind of question, what a great resource. And from this point on, we're going to actually get a pan hot in front. We can move all of this off to the side. And now we're going to work on some great organic vegetables, all right? Anytime I try to make up a week's worth of food, I know I've got a farmer's market in my area that's there every week. I go there to see what's fresh, what's current, what do they have that's just been harvested, and right now it's the tail end of their squash and zucchini season. So look at these. I mean, these are incredible. That is as fresh as you get. And the beautiful part about this dish is this is going to almost look as if it were a pasta dish. But the pasta, in reality, is vegetable. So you're kind of looking at me like, what? What is he talking about? Well, we're going to make up a light skim milk Alfredo sauce. We're going to flavor it with a touch of garlic. We're going to use gluten-free flour in a very small amount, and actually have a healthy Alfredo sauce. And you're like, wow, that sounds really good. Top it with this beautiful variety of julienne vegetables, which are kind of designed to look like pasta. So let's have a little fun with this. All right, this is such a large squash that we don't need the whole squash. What we're going to do is take it, and I'm actually going to use, I love a cleaver. Everybody has their own favorite knife, but I take that squash, cut it in half. All right, when you've got it, you can take it from that point on and slice it down. Leave the skin on. One very important thing, so many of the nutrients are in the skin that you don't want to cut that skin off. I see a lot of people peel them, and I'm like, wow, that's a shame, because that's, to me, the best part. Now, as you're coming down, just thinly slice that squash. And I mean, when you're done, look at that. It almost looks like pasta noodles. Isn't that great? I mean, it's a really fun, healthy way to eat. We're going to do basically exactly the same thing with the zucchini. Same thing, cut the end, cut it in half, put the remainder we're not going to use, slice it, and after a while, you're going to become a pro with this. Then we're going to take it, let's do exactly the same, slice it down, and you just got to be kind of careful as you cut. If you've got a good sharp knife, you don't want to have any problems where you've cut yourself. Stack them. Cut them, and what you've ended up with are some beautiful julienne zucchini and beautiful julienne squash. Now, we've got everything already set on this, so what we're going to do is kind of move these off to the side, do a little quick table cleanup. You know, one of the most important things, and we talk about this in our restaurant, is to clean as you go. Don't get in the habit of letting everything sit around, because when you need it the most, you're going to have trouble. All right, now, let's go ahead. We've got a good hot pan on this side. We're going to heat this pan in back because it is going to be the pan that I build the Alfredo sauce in. All right, and where do we go from here? I want to work on layering this dish so that when it's all said and done and we go to put it in the plate, you're going to have a little Alfredo, your vegetables, and your turkey, okay? Only thing we haven't discussed, fresh herbs. Fresh herbs are so great. Farmer's Market is the place to get them, and you can buy a beautiful pound of basil for next to nothing. And I love the fact that grocery stores have those great little packages. It's not local. Buy local. Try and find some basil that you can buy local, and let's talk about how you cut it. Really simple. I take these big, beautiful leaves. Some people like the small basil. They say it's a little bit sweeter. To me, I buy whatever is available. Then you take them and you kind of layer them so that you've got them all in a roll. And then I roll them up as best you can. Take my knife and I slice it on a bias. And when you do that, you end up with what look like julienne strips of basil. I wish you could actually smell. as soon as you start cutting that basil, and look at it. Here's our prepared basil. It'll hold well. And when you go and you ask, well, you know, Rob, how do you hold fresh herbs? The best way that I've ever done is I take them, I put them in a resealable freezer bag with a damp paper towel. I roll the paper towel around those fresh herbs and I put them in my refrigerator that way. They'll last that way twice the length if you just leave them out where they'll dry. It's that water that'll keep them fresh, and you need it airtight. So it's a great way to keep fresh herbs, and anytime you're really curious about the recipes or watching how we do that, go to mpbonline.org/fit-to-eat. You'll get all the answers you're looking for, all right? So we're getting ready now. We're going to have a little bit of fun. Let's go ahead, get our oil in our pan. I'm going to go ahead, excuse me 1 second here, check our potatoes. Just about done. Just about done. I'm going to give them about another 2 minutes. And we've got our pan hot. And this is kind of quick from this point on. Now, listen, what I've put in there, less than half a teaspoon. Remember, the oil is the heaviest portion of the fat in the dish. We're going to take almost all the garlic, put in the pan, along with our onions. Crushed red pepper, this is up to your taste. I like it spicy, but I'm not going to put all this in there because it really is hot. Get your bell peppers in there. And you can tell that pan is hot by hearing that crackling. And throw in your zucchini and your squash. And at this point in time, take that and toss it. Everybody who watches me on TV says, Rob, how on earth do you toss the items in the pan the way you do? And the easiest answer to that, practice with a piece of toast. I know it sounds crazy, but you put a piece of toast in there and you can flip it and it works out just great. All right, that looks wonderful. Now, in this pan on the other side, we're going to actually put a little bit of oil, throw our turkey in, and just literally warm these smoked turkey strips. Keep tossing your veggies. It's the only part where it gets a little tricky, because you want to keep these veggies crispy. You don't want to overcook them. You want to get them all in there just right. And when this goes on the plate, I want these to actually have the turkey on top. So now we're just going to turn our turkey over, and it's getting juicy again. I can see all the natural juices coming out of that turkey. Looks incredible. I mean, I wish you could get the aroma. The aroma is just so good. And believe it or not, those veggies are just about done at this point. So what we're going to do is take our turkey and layer it across the top. Turn the heat off, because this is going to go directly on the plate. And what a feast. You think you have to starve to eat healthy? Wrong, wrong, wrong. This is a feast of a king. And don't forget, again, you know, I'll keep going through this with you, but all of those recipes are available on mpbonline.org/fit-to-eat. So, hot pan, a little margarine, gluten-free flour. We're going to move it off that heat because that heat's a little intense. And what we've done is literally made up a roux. Add our skim milk. And when it's all said and done, you end up with a beautiful Alfredo. You can see how hot it is. And we're about ready to throw this dish together. I love the flavors of getting a dish and know it's healthy, and you get all of this great flavor. Now, let's go ahead and get that plate set. And I tell you, you see how it's bubbling? That's the test. We're going to go ahead and pull out our sweet potatoes, which are perfect. Set those right here for right now so we don't burn ourselves. We're going to place this sauce on the base of the plate. Beautiful, light, healthy Alfredo. Take the beautiful mix of veggies and turkey and let that sit directly on top. A little bit more on each side. And then the final addition, guys. Tell you what, I like to kind of put these around the edge of the plate so that you know you've got a little goodness to go with that great healthy dish. And the last touch for me is a little bit of this fresh julienne basil so that you get that great fresh herb flavor. Scatter them around the plate. And I tell you what, it's a beautiful, healthy approach with naturally smoked turkey, no preservatives, totally healthy vegetable-like pasta, and it's just outstanding. You know, I tell you, remember now, you can find all my recipes with the nutritional information on our website, mpbonline.org/fit-to-eat. I'm Chef Rob Stinson. Thanks for watching Fit to Eat.
This program was made possible in part by
Family traditions are never more important than when families gather around the dinner table to celebrate special occasions. Farm families of Mississippi share the bounty of the harvest with families throughout the state and even the nation. Chances are that your gatherings include delicious sweet corn, baked sweet potatoes, and a rich golden pecan pie. Buy Mississippi-grown products. It's good for your family, and it's good for Mississippi. The Farm Families of Mississippi.
Mississippi Seafood Marketing, a division of the Department of Marine Resources. From our waters to your table. Fresh, local, healthy. Information available at dmr.ms.gov.